Well, this is a story all about how my channel got flipped, turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there. I'll tell you how I got those conservatives out of my hair. So, February 6th, I wake up to see that the password for the email that I use for practically everything was changed. I tried to go through the recovery process, but was basically immediately stopped by an error message that said my device was not recognized. Immediately, I try to get the word out by posting on as many different forums as I can. I go to the Google forums, the YouTube support forums. I hate Reddit, but I made a Reddit post about this. Unfortunately, none of those worked out. The dude on the Google support forums who was trying to help me fervently insisted it was a glitch, and it clearly wasn't. I was actually able to get in contact with Team YouTube the next day through Twitter DMs, and it seemed like the issue was going to be resolved very quickly. They asked me to create a new email, an empty brand account on that email, and then they would just transfer the entire channel to that new email. At this point, I was totally okay not being able to recover the email, as getting the YouTube channel back was a huge step. I sent them the email address, and they said they were looking into it. That was February 14th, and I still have not heard anything from them, even with how much I persisted them through Twitter DMs and through normal tweets that tag them. And at this point, I really don't know where to go. Dude, I got like super nay-nayed on, bruh. And then the 22nd was when the channel started schmoovin'. Not schmoovin' because I told it to schmoove, just straight schmoovin'. I am so sorry y'all had to deal with those garbage uploads. Trust me, it hurt me as much as it did all of you. And at this point, I really felt like the channel was going to be lost forever. That's really hard to take in when this has basically been my entire life for the past 3 years. All that content and passion I put into this, gone in 1 second. Fortunately, my buddy Sparta Yoshi really brought us home with this one. He hit me up and said that he had a contact with someone who actually works at YouTube. And I thought, that's great, because this issue could have been easily resolved if I had talked to someone who was willing to look into the issue. So I contacted the dude at YouTube and sent him a goddamn essay over everything that had happened up to that situation, just to make sure he fully understood everything that had happened. Over the next week or so, I worked with him and he worked with his team, and we got the channel recovered in the same way Team YouTube had promised to do 3 weeks prior. As for where the situation stands now, I have complete control over the channel, except for a few minor things like with a custom URL, and we're still working on getting the monetization and AdSense account all worked out, since that got a little weird with the email not being in my possession anymore. Don't worry, I have like every security measure on this new email, so if we get hacked again, some external force really just does not want me to make videos. As for now, the channel's going back to how it was. No more political videos, even probably stuff like the Barack Obama ERB YTPMVs, just so that completely separates me from that field of things. Maximum Mashup Megamix 4 is still going out on the 26th, and I have a bit of unfortunate news with that. 4 is going out. I have plans to make a 5th, but I also have plans for the 5th one to be the last one in the series. The reasoning behind that is with 3 and especially 4, I hit a lot of creative walls when I was making it. I know that's a natural thing that just happens in making music, but it really hit me with 4. I have a lot of fun making these, and I have a lot of ideas for 5, but it's hard to see where the series can go from there. I want to keep evolving the production of the Maximum Mashup Megamix series, but I also want to keep it with the same feel that the series has had. And when you put those two together, there will eventually be a point where it's either too evolved to feel like a Maximum Mashup Megamix, or it just gets way too boring because it's the same formula over and over again. I feel like I have enough gas to make another one, but I'm gonna have to call it at 5. Hopefully y'all understand the reasoning behind that choice. I definitely want to make more Megamix style mashups in the future, but just taking that from a different angle, and that'll make me happy with the content I'm making and putting my name by. But thank you all so much for the continued support of the channel, even when y'all were getting 8 videos or more in your sub box every day. It's really truly amazing how many people care about this channel almost as much as I do. And I don't think I'd have the channel recovered if it wasn't for everyone's continued support to me. That's all I have to say about the situation. Make it a great day, and be on the lookout for Maximum Mashup Megamix 4 and other future projects.